In a couple of weeks, Lima, our city, the capital of Peru, will commemorate or celebrate its 487 years of Spanish foundation. I have a number of books about our city. In this case, I have to admit that I didn't buy this book precisely for its information, but its beauty, so as to decorate my living room. However, the information here is really interesting for everybody who knows about Lima and wants to know more about the city, or perhaps someone who has no previous knowledge of this metropolis. This is a book which was edited in 2006, published by Bienvenida editores. In 138 pages, it has bilingual information in Spanish and English and beautiful, very beautiful photos and images. In 7 chapters you can see a panoramic vision of the many faces of our city throughout history. The first chapter is called Old Lima, the viceregal capital. The fame of our city starts in the 16th century, founded by Spanish conquistador Francisco Pizarro on the 18th of January 1535. Since that moment until the 18th century and the beginning of the 19th, it grew so as to become one of the most famous and prestigious cities not only in the continent but in the world. I cannot help seeing and admiring these pictures. Yeah, perhaps it shows a kind of nostalgia for olden times. Yeah, if we start talking about the social hierarchy, yeah, many opinions might be given, but focusing on the art, you can find the architecture, the different phases, the society. One of the best examples of civil architecture, the Torre Tagle Palace with Moorish balconies. Those balconies are the symbol of the city. You can find many tanks here. Look at these facades. A Baroque facade of the Church of San Agustin. This second chapter is called Lima before Pizarro. In the city and around, you can find an impressive lot of archaeological sites that show to a great extent how heavily inhabited these valleys were and their level of civilization. You can find here a picture by contemporary artist Ricardo Vice of Pachacamac, the saint city which had that condition for over a millennium. Not only Pachacamac, but many huacas or pyramids, let's say archaeological sites, in many districts of the city, as this one in San Borja or Pueblo Libre, Cieneguilla. Maybe the most famous one is this, Pucllana, located in the center of the very popular district of Miraflores. Or maybe this one, Guayamarca, in the heart of the financial district of San Isidro. Lima cannot be understood without the southern resorts either. This is the only Andean capital city on the coast. Look at this bay, the Bay of Lima, the so-called Costa Verde. This modern and traditional architecture that combined with the beauty of the Pacific Ocean makes impressive postcards. Many people say that we Limeños ignore the sea or we neglect it. Maybe that we don't give it the importance it should. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's not. Many sports are practiced there, from surfing to paragliding. There is some infrastructure that intends or tries to coexist with the cliffs and the beach, like the Marriott Hotel or this very beautiful restaurant, and of course the sunset. Few things are more beautiful in this city than contemplating the sunset from very high on the cliffs. The next chapter is called The Growth of Identities and Changes in Lima, Space and Times, Variations and Paradigms. Yeah, because in this city, in a rather chaotic form, let's say, many styles, many architectural styles coexist. Maybe in harmony or perhaps eclipsing each other. Look at its expressway, the Avenue Javier Prado. Yeah, this photo is from 2006, so you can imagine how modern it looks in 2022. And you know that there are more projects, residential and financial, more and more blocks of flats spread and appear all around the city. New century limeños, how much persists from colonial times and how much has changed given the many immigration processes that this city has faced. Immigration from inside the country, let's say the other parts of the coast, the Andes and the Amazon, and also foreign immigrants like Spanish or Italians, Japanese or Chinese. And here in the city, new attitudes, new ways of appreciating life, new likes and dislikes appear. Musical tastes, new fashions. Already in 2006, the fame of Lima as a city for foodies was kind of strong. Good food and other delights. Yeah, because Peru is a country that has been blessed by nature and by culture, and it has been enriched by many immigration waves, from the Spanish to the Africans, from Japanese and Chinese. Look at this, the divine Pacific, seafood, pagodas and tatamis. Chinese immigration started in Peru, let's say in Lima in 1849, and the Japanese one in 1899. So you can imagine how deeply ingrained they are. We don't consider them foreigners any longer. The Mediterranean, with influence from Spain, Italy, Greece and France. The essential Creole dishes. This is something that we need to rescue. There are many, many Creole dishes that we, as Limeños that we are, need to rescue and need to promote. In the last part, you can find a guide of Lima. Yes, I know that a lot of information changes from one year to another, let alone 16 years. We can still find information that is there forever, right? The many theaters, museums, shopping centers that you can find. What to do in our city for about 4 days, for instance. The historical center, the different churches, houses, museums, theaters that you can find. So there is plenty to do and plenty to see in this city. Even though this book shows some challenges in its articles, it mainly focuses on the opportunities for foreigners to discover and for locals to rediscover. Sometimes I feel like a tourist in my own city. I want to greet my fellow Limeños in this anniversary, and for the people who were not born in Lima, it is your city as well, because you have chosen for one reason or another to come here, from other parts of Peru or from abroad. Lima is your city. It might be rude at times, it might be harsh at times, but in the end, it is our home. Bye bye.